Hi, my name is Tyler, and this is Jimmy. We're from the Ski-Doo product team, and we're here today to talk about two spring-exclusive sleds, the Backcountry XRS and the Backcountry X. The Backcountry is a model that is made for true 50-50 hybrid riding for people who like to do a bit of on or off trail riding.
So it's the real ultimate crossover sled, and it's all starts by the front of the vehicle.
In the front, one of the main advantages we have is the adjustable ski stance. 38 to 40 inches, you choose, but if you do a bit more trail riding, you may prefer the stability of the 40-inch ski stance, whereas if you're doing a bit more off-trail riding, you may prefer the 38-inch stance.
So it's great because you have the balance, in between the trail and the deep snow riding. So I guess the next key feature in terms of 50-50 or crossover riding is the rear suspension, and here we have the C-Motion suspension.
The C-Motion, which was designed once again to have the best of both worlds, whether on trail or off trail.
So it's better on trail than the T-Motion, and it's better off trail than the R-Motion. So it's really the best of two worlds. It's really a balanced suspension. It allows for stability on trail, weight transfer off trail for good deep snow performance, but also it keeps a kind of a fun factor on trail because it's a really dynamic sled that is fun to ride.
Another cool feature that we have on our spring exclusive sleds is the shot starter. If you decide to take the electric starter, you will have access to the new gauge, which is a really cool feature, not only allowing you to have access to all your vital information pertaining to the vehicle in color and high definition, but also having that access to your smartphone apps in the same way that you would with an Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And the real rock star of this connectivity is the new app, which is the BRP Go. Now, BRP Go, it's going to allow for all basic navigation needs, but a really cool feature is being able to plan group rides and to be able to see other partners who are in your group real time and see where they are on your gauge.
So the next thing is this gauge also allows to display a belt temperature. That's a really cool feature. This year we are having a belt temperature sensor, but also high technology algorithm into the onboard computer to always measure when you're in a condition where the belt can be overloaded. So this way it allows us to send a message to the rider so we can always keep his sled in the optimal performance condition. Speaking about optimal performance, we also have this year a new driven clutch that allows for an optimal ventilation of the belt. So I think this covers more or less the product news for the Backcountry this year. Now let's talk about the Backcountry X.
When we're talking about the Backcountry X and its main features, we have to talk about the shocks. Up front, we have the KYB HPG Plus, which are completely rebuildable. Same thing for the center shock. And the rear shock is the KYB 36 Pro.
Exactly, that is fully adjustable in compression. So the Backcountry X is a spring exclusive sled, so there is a lot of options. It comes with 3-track options, so the 146 by 1.6 by 1.6 Ice Cobra, so it's stud from the factory. But also for those that ride more off-trail, there is the Powder Max 2-inch of lug, 16-inch for a better flotation. The Backcountry X also have option of the gauge, so a gauge option when you select the electric start, but also, again, for off-trail riding, there is the shot starter, which is the ultra-weight starter technology. So now let's talk about the difference between the XRS and the X.
So up front, we have the KYB Pro 36 shocks with both compression and rebound adjustment. In the rear, the KYB Pro 40 with compression adjustment as well.
And another key feature of the Backcountry XRS is the running board.
The running boards are much wider, longer, and flatter to give you a better performance in all different kinds of riding conditions.
Especially when riding standing up on the sled, it's much better in the bumps, but also in deep snow. So the Backcountry XRS is a spring exclusive sled, so it comes also with 5 choices of track. The same 3 choices as the Backcountry X in the 146, but also with the 154 track length in 2 lug choice, 2-inch and 2.5-inch. I think that this covers pretty well what the Backcountry X and XRS is, right?
Absolutely. So if you have any remaining questions, we suggest you go to the website, especially the Build Your Own section where you can configure your Backcountry exactly the way you like it. There's also the Facebook community where product specialists are standing by, available for chat during normal business hours. And of course, the best place to go if you have any further questions is to contact your local dealer.